All right, guys, today I'm covering a child locked in vehicle run, or maybe the car owner locked their keys out or lost them, or just trying to help them out, do them a favor. I've Engine 25's particular setup here. They're not all the same. Just depends on what truck you're on and what the crew is deemed necessary to have in their kits. Starting over here, we have the air jack. It's essentially just a blood pressure cuff. You got your bleeder valve right here. Tighten it to inflate, loosen it to deflate. We'll be inserting this after we use some kind of prying tool. 25s has this particular tool. It's called a high-tech access tool, the jack system. Right here, you'll see this rubber knob. It's kind of acting as two ways. First and foremost, it's acting as a fulcrum for mechanical advantage when we stick the bevel down here in between the door and the car and the gap, and we pry back. It'll be prying off of this, and then it's also protecting the paint as well. Down here, you'll see some wedges. These are for capturing our progress after we've made the gap bigger with the air jack. Then we can stick our wedges in to capture progress and maybe move the air jack along the top of the door or down the door, just creating more of a space so we can get our tool in afterwards to unlock the vehicle. Not ideal to take a wedge and start striking it in between the gap of the door. We can cause some pretty significant damage to the paint and the weather stripping around the door. So we're typically defaulting to a designed prying tool for it, and then sticking our air jack in and capturing or creating a bigger gap the rest of the way with this. Moving down here, we have the Big Easy tool. You might hear it called the Big Pink tool or a long reach tool. As you can see, it's got some bends in it. It's just got the memory from where it's been bent before. Very malleable. It can be bent so that if we need to get around some things, or maybe the door handles or locking buttons or locking latches are in some tight recessed areas, we can bend it to however we might need it to get back into it. Here you'll see the Slim Jims. Not always typically used. Not everybody has these. It does take some practice to get used to these. We're typically defaulting to the Big Pink tool along with our air jack and some sort of design prying tool and capturing with the wedges. If we do have an emergency, such as an unconscious person, an overdose, or maybe a child who's not doing well in the vehicle, this is not what we're going to be going to first. We'll just be taking a window punch, a striking tool, or maybe a Halligan, busting out a window, obviously away from the patient, and then getting in there and doing what we need to do.